guys, today I'm filming my Project Use It Up 2017 / Project 50 Pan finale. I am sad this project is coming to an end, but I'm very excited to start my 2018 Use It Up. I have a very long list of items that I want to try to pan. And before we get into the video, I wanted to ask you guys something about what I should do with the title of this series. So since the beginning, I've been calling this a Project Use It Up, but for other people, their Project Use It Up are projects that are focused on trying to finish hair, skin, body products, candles, and I'm just trying to use up makeup, and for me this is just like a long-term goal. But I think maybe in 2016 is when there was this big makeup use up collab. Should I keep my title Project Use It Up, or should I change it to Makeup Use Up? I'll have a little poll question up here. Whatever you guys say goes. I just want to make sure people know what they're getting into when they click on this video, and let me know what you guys think would be best. So jumping into the items, so I had two things left in my Project Use It Up, and the first thing was the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Barely Beige. I told you guys a while ago that this is as much progress as I was going to make this year. I'm totally happy with this progress. If you watch the intro, I used up a ton of product, but I have set this aside and I will pull it back out in the spring of 2018 to try to finish then, which I'm still not sure about because there's a ton of product in here, but we will see. I think it can be very dedicated to using that, so I'm really happy with the progress for this year. And the other item for my Project Use It Up was the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light, which I did finish. So at last update, I was after the O, and now I'm halfway through the X, and there's no more product. It is all just wooden pencil. I'm really happy I finished it, and the way that I did that was using this to conceal the redness around my mouth, and it did a nice job. But this is a little too dry right now. I'm using the MAC Studio Finish Concealer, and that consistency works a lot better, but it was a great way to work through the rest of this product. I'm really happy it is finished. I think this is a good product to use as a spot concealer, as an inner rim brightener, or as a reverse lip liner. I only used it as a reverse lip liner, and for that purpose, I would not repurchase it. I think I can just use the MAC Studio Finish Concealer and a pointed brush to help clean up around my lip line, so I won't repurchase this, but I'm really happy that I used it up. So this year I was able to finish up a total of 87 makeup items. 17 of those were Project Use It Up items, which means I finished up an additional 60 makeup products, which I'm so excited about. I feel super happy with everything that I finished, and I cannot wait to film that big collective video of all the makeup I used up in the year. I love watching those videos and I cannot wait to film it. But anyway, let me just tell you about the products that I finished. The first thing I finished is the Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation in the shade 1 in 2 Vanille. This was in my 12 Pans of Christmas project. It's just this little deluxe sample size, but I was able to use this every single day for a couple weeks. This is an awesome foundation. First off, this shade works very well for me. It's super yellow, a tinge too dark, but I am able to make it work. This gives medium buildable to full coverage. It has a satin finish. It looks beautiful upon application, but at the end of the day, I feel like this looks very cakey on my skin, and I don't often have that problem. I find that the product really settles into my forehead wrinkles, into the crevices around my nostrils, right here in these smile lines, and right under my chin, or right under my lip on my chin. I don't usually have creasing anywhere except my forehead and on the sides of my nose, so getting creasing in this area was new to me. And it was definitely because of this foundation, which is such a bummer that this isn't perfect, and I won't buy it because it's so expensive, but I'd be happy to get another sample of this. I think it is great. If you have more normal or combo skin, you might really love this foundation. I'm so bummed it wasn't perfect because it's a really good one. So I'd be happy to have this again, but I don't see myself purchasing it with how expensive it is and the fact that it wasn't perfect. The next thing I finished up is the NYX HD Concealer in the shade Fair. I do like this concealer. It gives medium coverage. It has a really nice natural satin finish. I took out the stopper and everything to get out every little last bit. Do you guys have this experience as well? The NYX HD Concealers always oxidize on me. Almost immediately after I wipe it onto my skin, it gets darker and much more orange. So I use this up as an under eye corrector, and because I don't have a ton of darkness, it worked really well for me. And because it oxidizes so much, it's not something that I would repurchase, which is a shame because I do really enjoy that formula. You also don't get a ton of product in there, so you blow through it really quickly. The next item I finished is the NYX HD Finishing Powder in the translucent shade. I use this to set my under eyes. It did do a really nice job. This is definitely the best pressed powder I've ever used to set my under eyes, but overall I do prefer using a loose powder. I love the ones from e.l.f. and Laura Mercier, so I will not be repurchasing it, but if you're looking for a pressed powder to set your under eyes, highly recommend it. And my next item I am very, very proud of. This is the Pixi Beauty Blush Duo in the shade Rose Gold. This is just a little mini size and it was half blush, half highlight. As you can see, the blush is still here, but I don't like it, so I'm not going to be panning it. But I did finish up the highlighter completely in my Project 10 pan drugstore Viewer's Choice Roulette. My goal was to hit pan, but I was able to finish it completely. This is a very powdery formula, but I love this shade. It is a true rose gold, but it's actually very light. Most rose golds really look best on medium skin tones, but this one actually worked on my fair skin. This is just a mini size. They do have a bigger size. It's still a duo and I don't like the blush, but I would contemplate purchasing it if I could pick it up on sale because I was just so impressed with the color of that highlight. So I definitely recommend this and I do believe I will repurchase it in the future. And then I finished up 3 brow products. All of these were in my 12 pans of Christmas. The first is this deluxe sample of the Benefit Browvo Conditioning Primer. Basically you just twist up the bottom, a little bit of product comes up on this little brushy comb thing and you just brush it through your brows, and it is supposed to, it says it is a nutrient rich primer for fuller looking brows, and it comes with 1 milliliter in here. You actually got a ton of product. I was able to use this every single day for 2 months, which is really impressive. And this is a good product. I actually think it made my brows look fuller, which is crazy, but I totally think it did. But I don't think that this is the best for priming. You guys know that I love using brow powder, which is why I use my NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Pencil, because it really makes the powder stick to my brows, stick to my skin, and be more intense. And I don't think that this works as well. This is not something I would repurchase ever, but I am happy that I got to try it out and I think it was nice. The next thing I finished was this little sample size of the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Chocolate, which was a medium warm brown, obviously way too dark for me, so I did use this on the tail of my brows and I was able to use it for a month just using it there, which is pretty good because there was not a ton of product in here. I do love the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencils. I love the shape of them, how skinny they are. I think the consistency is really nice. It isn't too waxy or too creamy, but it does draw onto brow hair and skin really well. I love the shade Taupe. It's a great cool tone color for me. It is not something I would repurchase, however, because I do like the NYX Micro Brow just as much. It is half the price and I can often get the NYX on sale, so it's even cheaper. And the last brow product I finished is the Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade Light Medium. So this is the old packaging. I think this is nice. It is a really tiny little brush. It says, I believe, that it's supposed to have fibers in it, which I didn't notice. The color of this was really great for my brows. It did emphasize my brow hairs, make them look a little bit more bushy and natural. But I think that my NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in Blonde does just as good of a job, so I will continue purchasing that one over this one, but I was excited to try it out. Next we have some eye products. This is probably the next thing that I'm the most excited that I finished up. This is a mini of the Laura Mercier Caviar eyeshadow sticks, and I learned from Cherish that in these minis you get half the amount of product you get in a full size. So that's a ton of product. And as I said, this was in the shade Rose Gold. It was a true rose gold. I love the formula of these shadow sticks. They're very, very creamy. They're very pigmented, but they don't crease. And I used to think really all shadow sticks are the same. I do have one from Mally, which I think is a little bit more dry, not as pigmented. It doesn't go onto the eye as well. I have to do several passes, but this is super creamy. Unfortunately, mine did break off at the base, but I was able to smush it in there and make it work. I don't know if it's just because it was a mini that it did that, but I did see the full size on eBay for 50% off of what you would get it at Sephora. So I think I'll pick it up because I actually love this formula and this color so much. It is pricey, but it's a really amazing product, and I'm really happy that I was able to finish that up. Then we have a liner. This is a Physicians Formula Eye Booster, which was also in my 12 pans of Christmas. This is a liquid liner with a brush tip applicator. My number one holy grail liquid liner. I love the Kat Von D Tattoo liner, but I think this one works just as well. It is a lot cheaper, and I also wait to pick this up until I can get it for either 40 or 50% off, because it can be kind of pricey, but highly recommend it, and it does last me for a really long time. And then I did have two Maybelline mascaras. This is the Maybelline Colossal Cat Eyes, which was in my 12 pans of Christmas, and this is the Maybelline Falsies mascara, which was in my Project 10 Pan Drugstore Viewer's Choice Roulette. I use these in combination. The Maybelline Colossal Cat Eyes I used to give me length. This is a wet formula. It is a natural bristle brush with this awesome scoop to it, which really helps to hug your lashes and pull them up. And then we have the Maybelline Falsies. They have a couple different versions, but this is the traditional. It is also a wet formula, a natural bristle brush, and this gives your lashes this beautiful, full, fanned out effect. These are my holy grail mascaras. I will continue to repurchase forever and ever. Maybelline makes awesome mascaras in general, but these two are must-haves for me. And then I finished up a little sample of the Lancome Monsieur Big mascara, and I was able to use this up in just a month. It is more of a wet formula, I guess I would say, not as wet as the Maybelline, and it is a natural bristle brush. I thought I would love this, but honestly I didn't. I didn't think it was like super pigmented black. I couldn't really see my lashes very well, and that's why I like really, really wet mascaras. And it could be because of the format of the sample. I mean, the cap barely even twists on all the way. I did like this, but I did not absolutely love it, and it's not something that I would ever purchase. Lastly, we have a couple lip items. I finished the EOS Smooth Sphere and Smooth Stick in the scent Sweet Mint. You guys know these are my holy grail lip balms. They have the most perfect consistency between thin and thick. I love this scent, and I will continue to repurchase these forever and ever. My last lip product that I finished was the ColourPop Lippie Pencil in the shade Aquarius. It is my perfect pinky nude. I have already repurchased it. I love the formula of the ColourPop lip liners. They're holy grail. They are very pigmented, really creamy. You can use them to fill in your lips completely. They don't bleed. They're not too drying. I absolutely love these. I'm happy I repurchased it, and I would love to have a ton of shades of these. I actually like wearing this underneath a gloss as a liner or as a lip color on its own. So guys, that was the finale for my Project Use It Up 2017 / Project 50 Pan. I am very excited to start my 2018 project very soon. You guys will see that intro. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.